Christian Andrews from Toronto, Canada here, talking about the most influential person in my life. The most influential person in my life was my grandfather. He is the one that helped raise me to be the person that I am today with the strong values and morals that I have and family structures. He was born in 1927 and he worked as a porter in Trinidad until he immigrated to Canada, where he became a nursing orderly. The reason why I picked him was because not only was he my grandfather, but he also raised me as one of his own children, um, one of his last children. The impact he had on my life was the fact that he was always there and was able to communicate with me. He taught me how to be the person that I am today in terms of knowing very different manly or masculine structures that I carried throughout my life. Things from learning how to shave when I was small, using a tongue depressor, which is a large popsicle stick. I would watch him shave with his shaving brush and straight razor or double-edged razor, and would always mimic stuff that he did. So when he was basking on his shaving cream, I would say, I want some too, and he'd put some on me and set me up to stand on the toilet with a makeup mirror that my grandmother had. And as he would apply his strokes, I would do the same thing with a tongue depressor, wiping off the shaving cream off me. He taught me how to polish boots, how to work in the backyard in terms of cutting grass, setting up gardens, building things around a house, as well as fixing them. The other thing he did was he taught me how to ride a bike, how to basically communicate and share thoughts and feelings with those that were important with me. The other impact that he had on my day, in my life, I should say, throughout my days, was there was always a means of communication. He didn't say much, he didn't really go out and do things much, but he was always there to sit and chat with, whether it was as we went for walks or after he came home from working shift work. He was able to share openly, and that's what he taught me. If I could tell him something, I would tell him that I was sorry that I didn't transition sooner in life. And the reason why I say that is because my grandfather passed December 5th, oh sorry, not 19, 2016. And I was now coming to the end of my transition. And by that I mean I had just finished top surgery. And what he didn't get to see was the end result. He didn't get to see me healed and be the person that I have always felt I was inside. The inspiring words that he said to me was to live your life, to think logically, not emotionally, and to react logically, not emotionally. And by that, it was not a matter of yelling and belittling someone, but trying to see their point of view and trying to point to them out your point of view. As to family structures and values, it was always about taking care of what's in your yard first before you take care of someone else in their yard. Be thoughtful of their needs, but at the same time, don't sacrifice your own. So, growing up, I did just that. I focused on a lot of what's going on around me, but at the same time mindful of what was going around with friends and other people. The one thing that I would say about him was he was a very quiet man. He he was more so a watcher. He liked to watch and observe things. And I think that's what I got the most out of him, is watching my surroundings, watching how people interacted, watching what they did, how they did things, paying attention to the elders. By that I mean watching their successes and their failures and watching how they overcame them and or achieved them. So for me, I paid attention to a lot of those things. In terms of how he would feel or whether or not he would accept me, I think he always had accepted me. I never did anything that was girly or feminine wise or along those spectrums. I was the tomboy growing up, so I always climbed trees and rolled in mud and played with the boys and did a lot of sporting things that were not considered, quote, girly. And I think with that, he enjoyed it. It was like having another son in his life. I did a lot of various weird stuff and always got into trouble. But at the same time, I humored him. So, from anything from refusing to wear little dresses and wanting to wear suits, he taught me how to tie my first Windsor knot tie. He taught me how to boot black. He taught me how to use a handsaw back in the day and to file knives on a steel rod that I'm still trying to figure out. Got dull knives at home. But at the same time, he inspired me to try. And in that trying to succeed. And if not succeed, find help to understand how to. And I learned that from his examples. Things that he didn't understand, he would ask a neighbor or he'd ask someone else. How he would feel about me transitioning, he knew about it. A year ago, when he was here, we had a talk about me telling him what I was doing, how I felt, what was going on. I told him about the surgeries that I wanted to do, and he only wanted me to be happy. He wanted me to be who I was, and that I never did lose, or I would say, not necessarily lose, I never had to be. I've always been the person that I am. I would never say that I was in the wrong body or anything like that. I believe that I was in the body that I was meant to be for the time that I understood it for. And by that I mean inside I'm still the same person that I was as an exterior female body back then that I am right now presenting as male. The only thing that has changed with me is the surgeries to make myself more masculine, the hormones that I've been on, the haircuts, the deeper voice. But my values and morals and interests still are the same as they were 20 years ago. And by that, I should say to you that I'm 42 years old, turning 43 this year. I've been on testosterone for going on 9 years this October, 2017. I've had a hysterectomy about 4 years ago, top surgery 3 months ago, and that's pretty much it. In terms of going back a bit, if I could tell him anything, I would say to him that I reached where I wanted to be for right now. I have succeeded in all my goals, both physically, work-wise, as well as emotionally. I feel more confident in who I am. I still enjoy doing everything that I did before, like I said, and I look forward to doing more. The only thing that has changed really is that I speak out more in terms of letting other trans individuals, both male to female and female to male, find them the inspiration and the courage and the guidance to be who they want to be. Other than that, I would say that I've had a really good life. The other inspirational person, and I mentioned this that I had too, was my cousin Ricky. And for him, inspiration came from how he presented socially. For him, when I came out when I was 16, my family was more concerned about whether or not I knew if my cousin was gay or not. And this was before I understood about outing someone. And I would always say, well, ask them, ask the source. What I learned from my cousin Ricky was to just enjoy life, to be who you are. Don't listen to the negativity, never mind about people's nonsense. Work hard, play harder, and thrive. And that was a huge impact on my life because he was the only strong masculine gay male that I knew. And I loved everything about him in terms of his style, how he laughed, how he walked, how he would look at people and glare as if they were insane at times. And at the same time, he was quiet. So if I could tell them, my cousin Ricky, something, I would just say to him that he inspired me. But I have already said that to him in December when I told him that legally I was taking his name as one of mine. The inspirational words that he provided to me was live my life, be true to who I am, and have fun and enjoy myself. And I've been living that already. As for how he would react, when I told him, I think he was shocked at the fact that I took his name. Other than that, he was very accepting. He basically was shocked, like I said, more so about me taking his name than anything else about me being a trans man. So, for these two very strong, independent, and different role models in my life, I would have to say that I've had the very best in terms of male representation to achieve and strive for. And I look forward to continuing that journey in who I am right now. Thank you.